This is the Evil Never Dies podcast with Brett and Carl. This podcast may contain adult themes, violence, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Evil Never Dies podcast. I'm Brett, here with Carl. What's going on?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight. Yeah, it's been a pretty screwed up weekend, so we're just going to get right into it tonight. So we got stuff to do. All right, tonight we are covering a remake of the 1968 film Night of the Living Dead. This was redone in 1990 with the blessing of George Romero, because it got him to rewrite the script, and he got to get all the rights back and have the Living Dead franchise all to himself. So, yep. So, Night of the Living Dead, 1990, directed by Tom Savini. And you might know Tom Savini as being probably, if not the best, one of the best FX artists in the world. So, screenplay by George A. Romero, based on Night of the Living Dead by John Russo and George A. Romero. Produced by John A. Russo, Russell Steiner. Cinematography by Frank Princey. Edited by Tom Dubinsky. Music by Paul McCullough. Production companies are the 21st Century Film Corporation and Menahem Golan Productions. Distributed by Columbia Pictures. Had a release date of October 19th, 1990. Has a running time of 92 minutes. The theater version, I guess there's another version too. It's got all the good stuff in it. Is that on the 4K?
Yes, that's what's on this one.
Okay, cool.
Unrated version available for the first time ever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get into that more here after a bit. Country of origin, United States, English language, had a budget of $4.2 million. Any idea what it made at the box office?
Probably not much, because I don't remember much about this movie when it came out, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think they really promoted it as much as they probably should have. Because I'm with you, it wasn't really on my radar back then when it came out.
It wasn't on mine at all, so I don't think it probably had a good box office.
Well, it only made 5.8 million at the box office, but
that would sound about right.
I bet it's made some money in home video sales since then, so probably at least double that with that, I would say. Okay, what are we going to do next? The cast here. First off, we got Tony Todd as Ben. Patricia Tallman as Barbara Todd. Now, these are all the same characters, basically, that was in the original movie. Tom Towles as Harry Cooper. he played the one of the deputies in House of a Thousand Corpses and the other one. What was the next one? Okay, McKee Anderson as Helen Cooper. William Butler as Tom Bittner. Katie Finneran as Judy Rose Larson. Bill Moseley as Johnny Todd.
I never saw him anywhere in that movie.
You didn't?
Nope, because I kept looking for him.
He's at the very beginning. He
Always the goofy brother.
Yeah, he played Johnny.
Didn't even look like him. He was unrecognizable.
Heather Mazur as Sarah Cooper. Russell Steiner, uncredited as Sheriff McClellan. He was the original Johnny in the original film. Bed Koffler as the zombie hunter. Greg Funk as cemetery zombie. Pat Logan as Uncle Reggie. Albert Shellhammer as Cousin Satchel. And reprising his role as the TV news guy, Bill Chilly Billy Cardile. He played the news reporter. And that is the cast for Night of the Living Dead 1990. You going to go over the plot, Carl?
It's the same plot as the original movie, except they did make a few changes.
Yeah.
Like you said, they start out driving to the cemetery. This time it's to see their mother who's dead, I believe. In the original, it was the father. So I guess that was Bill Moseley. It didn't look like him to me. And the sister, what's her name? Barbara. Is that the sister?
I don't know how you couldn't tell it was his voice.
It didn't sound anything like him.
I did. I knew it right off.
They show up at the cemetery, and a lot more almost silly than it is in the original between the two characters. I thought that was just my opinion. And then they run into the first zombie of the night, and the brother takes a tumble, and Barbara's off trying to save herself, crashes her car, and finally ends up in a farmhouse. And soon the Tony Todd character comes in, and it's the same as the original movie. It's a pretty close to step-by-step remake. And in this case, that was a good move, I believe.
Oh.
Now, I actually watched this, and then I watched the original afterwards to kind of compare the two of them.
Oh, so, really?
I did.
That was a good idea. I should have thought of that.
But basically the same plot as the original. I'm sure most people have probably seen that movie, unless people just weren't big fans of it because it was very low budgeted and black and white, and
Well, I don't think I seen the original until after I had already done seeing Dawn of the Dead.
Might be true.
You couldn't find it nowhere, especially back in the
It was 80s, in public domain, and I don't know the story behind that since we're not doing the original, but like you said, apparently by doing this, Romero got the movie's rights back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know in the 90s, you could find Blu-ray copies all over the place that were just public domain and then crappy. But yeah, it's a good step-by-step remake for the most part. This one has a little bit more silliness to it in places and a little bit of goofiness that I thought was sort of unnecessary in places, but it's pretty close to the same.
Yep. All right, you want to go over the Blu or the 4K while you're going here?
So this thing was released on DVD back in the day, and became pretty hard to find. I know a friend of mine had lost his copy and he couldn't find the Blu-ray. So Sony themselves, not through a third party, announced that they were going to release this 4K with the first time ever, the uncut version of the movie. And I guess they only made a few copies and the thing sold out instantly. And all these fucking idiots go on eBay trying to sell them for $150. I wish these people would just die, honestly. I really do. I really do.
Oh,
And thank God to Sony. They felt the same way I did, and they re-released this thing and put out plenty of copies, and I managed to finally get one. It is a steel book, and it's got the original movie. Then it's got the on a 4K actually, it's got the uncensored version of the movie. There is a theatrical version as well, but the Blu-ray has the same thing, the theatrical version and some special features. I'm kind of thinking that second Blu-ray was probably the original release, just sort of redone because I don't think there's anything new on it. It's got like an
upscale.
archive commentary with Savini and just your little snippets they do for these things.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really cool box set. It's one of the best I've seen in a long time. It's got good art. It's really for a steel book, it's stronger than normal, it feels. So very, very impressed. Hold on. Only thing I don't like about these steel books, they just give you the little back on a piece of cardboard. I think that's annoying. I think they should do like a little booklet or something. It also
Yeah.
came with a digital copy for the unrated version. So if you
Oh,
can have,
really?
yes, it's in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So they did a lot of work in restoring this. So
You want to give the digital copy out for a prize?
no, because I've already claimed it. I use my
Oh,
digital copies, unlike you.
oh,
So no, I'm not giving any prizes. Sorry,
no
folks.
prizes. Okay.
No prizes at all.
Carl's denied the prize.
I don't have prizes because I've been using digital copies since they were first released. As I think they were called ultraviolet
What
back then.
what do you put them on your voodoo or whatever?
Yeah, Fandango. But yeah, this is a really good copy. It looks great. The restoration was well done. I'm having trouble with my voice if you haven't noticed tonight. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's well done. It looks great. I really want to go back and listen to the commentary, the unversion, I can't even talk, the unrated version. Savini does it as well, so that would be a brand new commentary from him. But this thing's great. Sony did a good job with this, and I hope there's more to come for any Columbia horror movies that they have the rights to, because I really like it when the companies themselves put together a good release like this. No Arrow, no nobody. It's flat from Sony. So definitely a 5-star copy. And again, it's a shame that they only did a few in the beginning. I guess they underestimated the popularity of this movie now, and all these fucking scam artists probably made money off of that for
Yeah.
people who were desperate to get a copy of this. Because at the time, you didn't know if Sony was gonna release any extras or not. So I just wish they wouldn't do limited edition shit because that's all it does. These fuckers buy them and throw them on eBay for $100, and it annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
was
like
only
that
3,000 copies or something like that.
originally.
Yeah,
Well, now it's in full release. You can buy it any place you want to. They got like three of them at Movie Trading Company.
really.
Yeah, I think they had five originally.
Man, I'm gonna have to
So
break down and get me a 4K
it's
player.
a 5-star release by no doubt, especially for
Awesome.
this particular movie because I mean it's been since the DVD that it was home released. So it's a definitely a it's the 35th anniversary of the movie as well.
Yep.
So, but the
So
uncensored version
that just came out then, didn't it?
last year, yeah.
Last year. Okay.
But the uncensored version, I mean, I didn't watch the original version of it, but it definitely looked a lot gorier and you noticed things that, weren't there before. So, great job to everybody involved in this release. And
Awesome.
big shout out to Sony Pictures.
All right. Well, so go out and get that if you can get it. How much was it?
It's expensive.
Is it? Okay.
But
Over
that's what
over $50.
no, it's not
Oh,
not now. But
okay.
that's the thing. This 4K is a niche. It's going to be expensive from now on. So if you want them, you're going to pay for them because
Yeah,
otherwise, try to find it on streaming somewhere and good luck. I don't know where the hell you found it at.
I found it on the Roku channel.
Then you got to sit through all the commercials, I
There was
guess.
only two commercials through the whole
Well,
thing.
that's pretty good. There was something
Yeah.
it was actually the original Night of the Living Dead. It was on some free thing. They played commercials all the way through that movie. It was annoying as hell.
Really? Yeah, Roku channel's pretty good. They got some cool stuff on there. I got a bunch of the free ones. So, yeah. All right, let's get into some trivia. A lot of trivia, a lot of cool trivia too. Uh, Tomsavini originally wanted to start the film in black and white and then slowly fade into the color aspect of the movie. So, think that would have been cool.
That is what's on the uncensored version.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, let's see here. This was Tony Todd's first horror film, and he did an awesome job in it. He did a great job as Ben for sure. At around 39 minutes, at one point in the film, a female zombie can be seen walking through the field with the house in the background. This zombie hears the banging from the humans in the house trying to board up the windows and it's attracted to the noise, so she turns and begins staggering to the house. The woman actually owned the house in real life. The producers wanted to use the house in the
Oh,
film and agreed to give the woman a small acting part in exchange for the use of the home. That's sort of cool.
sorry, I keep coughing.
At around an hour and 17 minutes, Russell Striner, who appeared in the original Night of the Living Dead as Johnny, appears in this movie as Sheriff McClendon, who comments about the zombies. Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up. Oh, some of these one-liners they think up. Columbia Pictures, who distributed the film, nearly distributed the original Night of the Living Dead in 1968. They had requested of the original that the producers change the bleak ending to a more upbeat ending before they distribute it. Filmmakers refused to make the request changes. Columbia decided to pass. The Mercedes Benz driven by Johnny at the beginning of the film was owned by Tom Savini. According to the director, it was the first car he bought after making some money with his success, and it broke his heart to wreck it during filming. But there's another part to that coming up. I'll talk about here in a bit.
Okay.
To avoid an X rating, Savini had to cut several scenes from the film. Savini attributed the film's lack of popularity among horror fans to these cuts. Like we said, the Blu-ray version was released with 3,000 copies in 2012 by Twilight Time, an Australian film and Australian film distributor Umbrella Entertainment released a special edition of the film featuring a restored print alongside the 1968 original in a Blu-ray in April of 2016. So they put out
Well,
two
those
Blu-rays of
companies,
it.
they don't, that Twilight Time was the same way as Umbrella. They only put out like just a few copies and then they don't release any more. I don't understand the point. Again, it's just to feed this market of people, saturating it with, they buy 20 copies and then sell them for 50 bucks.
Yeah,
Twilight Time was notoriously bad for that. They did a Fright Night and it sold out and it was selling for like $200. So
really.
I guess it might have been some. I think that's a Columbia movie. Whoever it was, they sort of said the same thing with this one. They're like, "Well, f y'all," and they released their own copy, which was better than the Twilight Time. So, yeah, Those two companies, very, very limited. Twilight Time's out of business now.
In an interview with Cine Fantastique during the film's production, director Tom Savini mentioned the possibility of including a shooting star over the horizon at the beginning of the film. It wouldn't be specified whether it was a satellite or a meteor, but would have been an homage to the Venus probe theory behind the living dead in the original film. An idea that was completely dropped by creator George Romero in favor of ambiguity in the next film, Dawn of the Dead. The idea, however, never made it to the screen. This was Tom Savini's directorial debut. He was originally going to do the makeup and special effects, and then George Romero said, "Hey, why don't you direct this?" So he did, and I've heard other people say that he said it was the worst time that he had doing it
I was
because
gonna say, I don't think he's directed much more. I think
well,
some lower budgeted movies.
I think more or less there was problems with Columbia Pictures again with you know I don't think he wanted to make it too gory, but just gory enough, but they wouldn't even let him make it as gory as it was, except for the original version.
Well, aren't we glad that Columbia Pictures is out of business and Sony took over? Because now look, they're promoting the hell out of this movie as Sony. So again,
So
praise the Sony and Columbia. Yeah,
yep.
fuck Columbia.
Right here it says he clashed with the producers who did not allow him to explore his vision for the film. So yeah. The Magruder zombie was a man that director Savini saw in a diner and told him that he would make a great zombie. The man agreed and he showed up, and then he showed up to all the premieres. I wonder if he was dressed as the zombie when he showed up to the premieres.
I don't know.
Yep, he said that only 40% of his ideas made it into the final film. So, yeah, that's no good. It could have been way better than it already is. Lawrence Fishburne and Eric LaSalle both auditioned for the role of Ben. What do you think of either of them two playing the part?
I think it was fine with Tony Todd playing it. I don't know.
Yes, I think he did a great job. As in tradition with most zombie films, the word zombie is never used once in this movie to describe the living dead. Tom Savini has known Patricia Tallman since they went to college together. He chose to cast her because of her strong-willed demeanor. And she was a total opposite of the original Barbara. Total opposite. She was sort of a badass in this one. Let's see here. Around 50 minutes, the scene where Barbara shoots a zombie in the chest and then finally in the head was not originally going to be in the film. We were supposed to see a hideous female zombie that Barbara saw as her mother. Everyone was supposed to tell her to shoot it. The mother would have looked at Barbara and asked, "Where's Johnny, Barbara?" and then turned back into the hideous female zombie, at which point Barbara would finally shoot her in the head.
That would have been stupid.
Yeah. The special effects team intentionally kept the effects restrained as they felt that excessive gore would be disrespectful to the original film. To keep the effects realistic, they used as inspiration real autopsy, forensic pathology textbooks, and Nazi death camp footage. They could have made it way gory, man. Way more gory, I think.
Well, it's Savini. He's like the king of gore
Yeah,
too.
I
So
know. That's what I know.
if you're gonna see a Tom Savini Night of the Living Dead, you would expect it to be very gory. So
Yeah.
I don't know on that one, unless again Columbia was not easy to work with.
Yeah, they were fucking in on it. The character of Tom, played by William Butler, wears a T-shirt with the Iron City beer logo on the front. This is the same drink consumed in the original Dawn of the Dead, 1978, by the Redneck Militia. And it also the same brand of beer that George A. Romero's production company, the Latin Image, had produced a commercial for during their early years. So he used to do commercials back in the day. This is the only film in the George Romero Associated Living Dead series in which the date of the zombie uprising is mentioned over a radio near the end of the film, August 23rd, 1989. However, in the unaffiliated The Return of the Living Dead from 1985, at the beginning of the movie, the caption reads July 3rd, 1984, 5:30 p.m.
Those Return of the Living Dead movies are some of the worst movies ever created, in my opinion.
The first one was okay, I
I thought
thought.
that they were actual sequels to the shit at one point. So yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
those movies.
after the first one, they
I didn't like the first one
I did.
or the second or third or however fucking many of them things there are. I
And
mean,
around
the thing is that Dawn of the Dead's probably is probably the greatest zombie movie ever made. So you try to put anything and relate to it, it just didn't work for me. Like Hulk Hogan said, that just doesn't work for me, bro. Brother, whatever his Hogan used to say.
brother, doesn't work for me, brother. At around 6 minutes, according to the director's commentary, someone sent a copy of the footage of the Mercedes rolling down the hill into the tree to Daimler Benz, showing the airbag not deploying. They were apparently rewarded with a new car. So he got his Mercedes back. Patricia Tallman was much more a stunt woman than an actress at the time, but is now well known. Do you know her from Babylon 5
I do not.
as Lita Alexander? I
I have no idea.
guess she was on there.
Never watched it.
At around 5 minutes, the autopsy zombie at the beginning of the film was not in the original script, something that was added by Tom Savini. Yeah, he was trying to get as much, because that was sort of maybe one of the most gory scenes in the movie, with the guy in the cemetery with the autopsy stuff on him, sutures.
Yeah.
Characters take refuge in an isolated farmhouse early in the film. Next to one of the doors, visible in shots of the exterior of the house, is the name of the owner, M. Celeste, in nail on letters in a script font. This seems to be an homage to the sailing ship Mary Celeste, which is discovered in the ocean. Uh, Whatever. Hate when they go into history shit about that kind of shit. We already talked about that. Bing Rames was considered for Ben, and then 14 years later, he was in the remake of Dawn of the Dead from 2004. That's good too, man. I don't care what you say.
I never said anything bad about it.
I'm just saying it. A lot of people don't like that movie. I think it's fine.
Day of the Dead's the dumb one. Never liked Day of the Dead.
It's still got a place in my heart, though.
Not mine.
The zombie extras were recruited easily as the film's reputation drew them from as far away as Kentucky. Let's see here. Although Tom Savini said that he did want to keep the film artistic, but still, you can still be gory and artistic. That's all part of the artistic part of it.
I guess he was trying to branch out and show himself in a different light, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
If this would have been like some giant, massive hit, he might have become a director, like a big time director. Who knows? So I can sort of see his reasoning. I just don't think a lot of people expected that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody expected it to be more gory than it was. George Romero gave interviews where he stated that the reason why he wrote Barbara to be a surviving character at the end of the film is because he wanted to apologize to women for the original film where Barbara loses her shoes, falls down, and tiptoes like a 1950s maiden in distress. Yeah, she was. I like this Barbara way better. She was a bad bitch. Let's see here. This is the only film released by a major studio where Tony Todd had first billing. First horror movie, first billing. Let's see here. We've talked about a bunch of this stuff already. Yeah, that's about it for trivia. You want to go first this week or you want me to?
I'll let you go first.
Didn't I go first last week? But I don't
Well,
care.
I'll let you go first because my voice isn't holding up real well. So maybe you'll cover a lot of stuff that I want to.
All righty. Well, like like I said, this film wasn't on my radar back when it first came out. I probably didn't see it till probably mid 90s, maybe.
Agree. I don't think I did either.
I just don't think they marketed it enough. Uh, I think that everybody did a great job on this movie. Savini, I think he did a great job directing it. Uh, and like I said, should have been more gore, in my opinion. Should have been more gore. Like you said, everybody was expecting it. All the characters, I think everybody did a great job acting. That guy in he played such a good dickhead. The guy in
In
the
the
basement.
basement, yeah, that's like a character you can really hate.
Yep. Well, you do. You end up hating the guy because he's a freaking idiot. You know, he's got his kid downstairs dying, and he's upstairs being an asshole, trying to run the show.
I don't know. Tony Todd's characters sort of obsesses over him a lot too, and that cost them both really. So I thought he was a little over obsessed with the guy.
Tony Todd, what can I say? He did a great job in this, man. Uh, for his first horror movie, top notch work, man. Top notch acting, I think. Uh, what's her name? The girl that played Barbara. She did a great job too. And I really like the fact that they made her character a strong character, a badass. I like the aspect of that. Uh, I don't think that girl could have played the part the way the original Barbara played it. The docile and just freaked out. But special effects for what they did a great job. Uh, I don't know how much of I'm sure Savini had a big part of it, but I don't think he actually did most of the hands-on stuff with it. I think he had people did it for him in this. Maybe that was part of it too, because
Might have been.
he didn't have his hands on. Uh, but all around, I like this movie, man. Uh, for seeing it late when it didn't first come out, and I think I had it on DVD back in the day.
Yeah, I did. I still do, I think, actually.
I might have it. I don't know. I might have a burn copy too. I don't know, but I'm not hunting it. I'll just go buy either that Blu-ray or fork out the money one of these days and get a 4K player. But anyway, all around, like this movie, I'm gonna give it a 4. The only reason I'm not giving it a 4.5 is because of the gore not being in it. So
Well, I'm gonna give it a 4 or 2, but the gore doesn't bother me as much as there's a little bit of too much silliness in it for me, which I didn't like. I wish
okay.
they'd have cut some of that crap out. But other than that, it's a good movie and the good addition. You can actually watch this remake and the remake of Dawn of the Dead back to back, and I think it would be a pretty good story, really.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay.
But I do like the movie, and I'm glad to have a good copy of it. And
Oh, the score too. I forgot to even talk about the
the
score.
score is as phenomenal.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
the score is phenomenal.
How the
I'm
hell did we forget the score? Shit. Is that on Apple Music?
don't know. But yeah,
No.
the score definitely would get a 5 star on this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was creepy as shit, man.
Yeah, it was.
Uh, but
And to compare this to the original movie, I have never liked the original Night of the Living Dead. I just always found it boring, slow, and not scary. And
well,
that's just,
it was all hyped up back.
yeah,
Either they had to have it to see it, either they had to have a special screening like at the drive-in or something like that back in the day, all the way up until VHS came out. And then it was all, like you said, because it was under the domain, intimate domain, uh, they were shitty copies. I think that's the first time
yeah.
I've seen it was on a shitty VHS
I think
copy.
that's part of the problem. I just was never impressed with it. I always thought, how can this be how could Dawn of the Dead be the sequel to this damn movie? It just never made any sense to me because Dawn of the Dead is so phenomenal, the original
Yeah. I'm,
sequel too.
I'm
But
wearing the shirt tonight.
I see, yeah, I was never a fan of the original Night of the Living Dead. I like this movie a whole lot better. This is a case of where a remake was necessary and good. And the fact that Romero was involved in it makes it even better.
Yep.
So, yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this past the few little comments that we made. A little not enough gore, and like I said, I didn't like some of the sillier moments. I didn't think it fit the mood of the movie.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got for the remake of Night of the Living Dead from 1990. Uh, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and we're available on all podcast platforms. Check us out. Uh, leave us a review if you can leave a review, or join our Facebook group, The Evil Ones. And you got anything else, Carl?
I do not tonight.
Yeah, your throat's ragged out. So guess that's it, everybody. We will talk to you next week. And we're going to be putting out some videos and stuff of Texas Frightmare Weekend here, too. So y'all have a good week and stay evil, everybody.